Hello, I'm Rex Basterfield, and I'd like to welcome you to a video about my Quilcom BLUR. It was my good friend Tulamide who showed me this effect that's available in FL Studio in the Wave Editor Edison. In Edison, you take a pre-recorded clip, apply the blur effect to it, and it gets written into a stem for you to use in your music. We both thought it was a really nice sounding effect, but we wondered if it could be done as a live effect, as an insert effect. So that's what the Quilcom BLUR plugin is for. Now it turns out that you can actually use this effect on a live input in FL Studio, and I watched a video of a guy doing that, but to be honest, it seemed quite a tortuous thing to set up and use. So I thought it'd be convenient to have an effect plugin dedicated to this type of effect rather than have all that messing about. So what is this blur effect and how is it achieved? Well, it uses a convolution engine, like a convolution reverb, but the impulse response is actually a smooth envelope of white noise, which is convolved with the input signal as it passes through the delay. This means that even a short blip from an arpeggiator will be convolved for the duration of the envelope. So if I play a single short note, this is the sound you get. You don't need to load any envelopes in the system or impulse response. I have a selection of duration of bell curves, early peaks and late peaks, all with the same time options. So it's curated for you. You just choose the one that's most suitable for producing the flavor of effect that you want. What you heard just was the bell-shaped curve at 4 seconds, and now I'll show you the early one at 4 seconds. And now the late one at 4 seconds. Now I expect you're not too blown away with that sound, because this type of effect comes into play when you have arpeggiation and several musical notes playing, because it acts like it's generating a pad. I'll demonstrate that by turning on the MIDI arpeggiator that's supplied with Reaper, and then you'll see what I'm playing on this on-screen keyboard below. So that demonstrated how it can take a simple arpeggiated sequence and create something like a patch sound from the notes played, which are actually in tune with the notes played. Something I found that was great fun to do with this is to vary the filter settings while the arpeggiator is playing. Oh dear, sorry about that. I got a bit carried away there. So now I'll demonstrate one or two of the different envelopes. So we'll try a bell-shaped 1 second. This is an early 3 second. Now we'll try a late 2 second. Now I'm sure you've noticed that after playing the first note, you get a build-up to the maximum volume as it makes its way through the convolver. And if you want the sound to align better with the playing, you can record the wet output from this and then shift it horizontally to make it earlier. So if you have a 4 second bell curve set, then you could move the recorded sound forward in time by 2 seconds. So now I'll drag these clips around and show you the effect of getting them lined up so that they start and finish at roughly the same time. Now, of course, I'm far from being a power user of Reaper, so there may be a better way to achieve that. But that's the principle of getting the sounds aligned, should you need to be able to do that. The other controls on here are pretty straightforward. I'll turn on the blur so you can hear it, and you've got a tone control section, stereo width, dry wet mix, and of course the volume control. And I'll just give you a quick demo of that. So that's the Quilcom BLUR, and it's a convolver dedicated just to this one type of effects processor. And once again, I must thank Martin Vikenek for creating the convolver engine, without which this plugin would not exist. So maybe you can have a bit of fun with this. I've certainly enjoyed playing with it once it was working. And I'll sign off now and say until the next time, bye.